If you want to learn how to make this Liberian styled chicken greens or water spinach, stay tuned and keep on watching. Welcome back to another cooking video with Mix Shop. We want to say welcome to our old and new subscribers. For today, we'll be learning how to make chicken greens, which is also known as water spinach, swamp cabbage. So for our ingredients today, we have our swamp cabbage or water spinach. It looks like this. We recently got it from the farmer's market. We have our habanero peppers, our black pepper, basil leaves, palm butter leaf, bicarbonate soda, 4 cubes of crown seasoning. We have our bouillon powder here, our onions, and our assorted meat. Our assorted meat has ribs, chicken feet, smoked turkey, and pompano fish. So next we are going to chop up our onion. So for our next step, we are going to season our assorted meat. So in my bowl over here, all the meat that I am going to fry, and all of this over here is what I'm going to steam. So we're going to start with our fry ingredients. We're going to add some bouillon powder. In here was about 2 tablespoons of bouillon powder, and we're also going to add some black pepper, which was 1 teaspoon. So we're just going to mix this in. I'm not putting too much extra seasoning on here because I don't want my meat to have too much different savory flavor on there, because I'm gonna add basil and palm butter leaf to the water spinach. So we're just gonna mix this in, and we're gonna do the same for our steamed ingredients. So I will be frying my meat in this bowl off camera just to save us some time. So my greens are already washed. I do have like 3 branches of these that I'm going to cut, but I'm just going to show you how we cut the greens and how we pick it. So we pick it off the stem like this. And then you take this part out. Same thing, repeatedly. So we're gonna cut our greens. So I'm gonna take this part off because it's kind of hard. So we call this chicken greens in Liberia. So we saw this at the farmer's market, and we were looking everywhere to get like the name, you know, that other people call it outside of Liberia. And for some reason, the people at the farmer's market had a hard time too with it. I think it's mostly trying to interpret it into English, but we found somebody who said it's called water spinach, and then we Googled it, and the picture popped up. See, we went looking for you guys. We wanted to show you guys something a little bit different, because I don't know, I haven't seen a chicken green video being cooked like the Liberian way. So this will be like a good new thing that other people can try. Here's our steamed meat. You want to keep this broth because you will be needing it for your greens. Next, we are going to fry our greens. I'm going to add 2 cups of cooking oil. And I'm just going to let my oil heat up for a few minutes, and I'm going to add my onions too. Now we're going to add our onions. We're just going to fry this a little bit. We want a little bit of a translucent texture for appearance. After our onion has fried for a little bit, we're going to add our greens to our pot. The greens looks like it's a lot, but you want to add everything in there. It is going to like reduce once you fry it. So now our chicken green is frying down. You want to add half a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda. It helps soften your greens. Some greens are a little bit tougher than others. So you just want to mix that in. And we're just going to let this fry for another 5 more minutes. And then we're going to check. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of black pepper. And I'm also going to add 2 crown cubes to this. And I'm going to mix it in. You can use Maggi, Vita Cube, Bullion powder as well. And we're just going to mix this in. So next we are going to add our blended habanero peppers. This is like after 10-15 minutes of our greens frying down. I'm just gonna mix this in. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of Bullion powder. And we're gonna mix this in as well. We're just gonna let this cook down for like 5 minutes, and we're gonna add our steamed meat and other things. So now we're gonna add our steamed meat. I'm just gonna dump it in here. And I'm gonna also mix it in really nicely. And I'm going to add my chicken and my ribs, and then I'll add the fish later. So we're just gonna, you want it golden brown. You can use other meat too. This is the broth from the steamed meat. I'm just gonna dump this in here. And I'm just going to mix. Look how beautiful this looks so far. Look at the greenness of our greens. And we're just gonna let it cook for a few more minutes, and then we'll check on it. So next we're gonna add our fried fish. We also have a similar video to this. If you want to learn how to make a Liberian fried spinach, click above. And I'm also going to add some leaves from my basil so it cooks really nicely with our greens over here. Just mix that in. Adding basil to your fried greens just gives it a really nice savory flavor. We're just gonna let it cook for a little bit, and then we're gonna add the rest of our crown seasoning in our palm butter leaf and basil. After 15 minutes, we're gonna add the rest of our 2 crown seasoning. This is not really on the salty side. That's why I added 4 and then added a tablespoon of Bullion powder. So we're just gonna add this in and we're just gonna stir it. Leaves. And I'm also going to add my palm butter leaf, and we're just gonna mix it in as well so it cooks really nicely, so all those savory flavors pops up. Here's the final look of the Liberian fried chicken greens, water spinach, or swamp cabbage. If you try this recipe at home, please let us know in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up. Also, please follow us on all of our social media platforms. Thanks for watching, and see you in another video.